All right, everyone, it's time for another end-of-year list, and this one's coming at you courtesy of Patreon supporter Rick, who requested my best scores and soundtracks of 2020. First and foremost here, these are scores and soundtracks that, yes, I do think support their movies in the best ways possible, but they also might be scores and soundtracks that I just can't stop listening to out of the context of the full feature as well. So let's begin here with Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. I have a feeling some of you might get a little laugh out of me putting this on the list, but you know what? The songs in the movie are real catchy and also perfectly suited to the tone and the subject matter of the film. Not only can I not get Ya Ya Ding Dong out of my head, and I'm kind of happy about it, but a lot of the original songs are just real good, like My Hometown, which is kind of my runaway favorite, and I actually think that one is deserving of a Best Original Song nomination. And that song-along scene in the movie might be one of my favorite scenes in all of 2020. Now let's move on to my number 4. It's Soul. I actually don't think I got the chance to talk about this aspect of the movie enough in my official Soul review, so I am just so happy to have the opportunity to do it now because a pitch-perfect score was kind of vital to selling this concept, just like I thought it was in the movie Inside Out as well, but in a different way this time. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross just nail their work here, significantly contributing to the unique atmosphere of the film when the action is taking place in the soul world. With the material going down on Earth, however, it's Jean-Baptiste who takes the helm of this aspect of the film and literally infuses the movie with the character's greatest passion, jazz music. And then, to top it all off, the two just blend together so well. I can't believe how well done this whole score is. Now it's on to number 3, and that's where I have The Invisible Man. If you saw my 2020 movie montage, you probably could have guessed that this was going to be on the list. And that one track from The Invisible Man score that I included in that video, it's called Escape, really does well represent what I love so much about this Benjamin Wallfisch score overall. It's terrifying and appropriately suffocating. Even separate from the full feature, there's something kind of panic-inducing about it that winds up contributing big time to the movie's ability to firmly put you in Elizabeth Moss's character's shoes throughout. Now, for my number 2, we're going into soundtrack realm here. It's Birds of Prey, yet another montage soundtrack selection right here. Birds of Prey is one of those ones that I just can't stop listening to. Talk about adding just the right boost of energy at just the right times in the actual film, and it's kind of having that same type of effect on me even outside of the full feature film. That soundtrack is just loaded with tracks that make me feel badass and like I could do anything. And somewhat similarly, let's get into my number 1 choice. It's a soundtrack for Promising Young Woman. Yes, to how some of these tracks are worked into the film and just not only contribute to the energy of the whole thing, but also director Emerald Fennell's stylistic choices throughout the movie. When I hear tracks from this soundtrack out of the context of the full feature, it's one of those situations where it just immediately brings me right back to that moment of the movie. I think a pretty obvious example of that is going to be Stars Are Blind, but I would say the one that's made the strongest impression on me in that respect is this new rendition of Britney Spears' Toxic, which is actually credited to the film's composer, Anthony Willis, who also does deliver excellent work throughout the whole feature film. So there you guys go. Those are my top 5 scores and soundtracks of 2020 for you. Another big thank you to Rick for encouraging me to make this list. I appreciate you and all of your support right here on the channel. Before I close out 2020, I do have one more list coming your way, and it's probably a favorite of the bunch. There are a number of very personal selections on that one, so I look forward to sharing that with you very soon. So stay tuned, guys. I'll see you in a little bit.